Oh, yeah.
All right, I am recording now. So, hey there, sports fans. Welcome to WHMP Sportz. I'm here with Karmell for a pre-race interview for the Fat Dog 120. How you doing, Karmell?
I'm hanging in there. I'm doing all right. I'm excited to be here. I didn't know I honestly did not know if I was going to be able to come for sure until like yesterday, like a few hours before the flight. Like I was so back and forth because this program I'm in is so insane and such a heavy workload, and this requires me to miss like the last couple days of lecture and the very first day of our final capstone project. And so I was a little bit debating, and then when I finally did make the decision, it seemed like they were possibly going to give me trouble about it. So yeah, I like literally didn't know till yesterday for sure that I was going to come. uh and as a result of that, none of my drop bags were packed by me. Lee was fantastic, and I'm very appreciative that she packed them, but I have never been so uninvolved in my own race planning. Like, she made my race chart, she packed my drop bags. I did not look at like the weather or anything. Like, she was like briefing me on it on the way here, and I'm like, 20 degrees, it's gonna get down to 20 degrees, I don't have layers. And she's like, yes you do. And I'm like, I don't have layers where I need them. And she's like, yes you do. Like, it's just like a big trust fall,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, and
Yeah,
there's also
like,
it's not just like knowing, oh, did she do it right, but it's having your own familiarity with knowing where your
yeah.
stuff is.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like, because usually I know exactly what's in every drop bag, and I can kind of look forward to it. Like, if I'm cold, I could be like, oh, I know there's a layer in this bag, or I know there's a cookie in this bag, or like, it's just like I have like I. It's just a lot of trust, but she seems to have done a good job, and she's tried to tell me a couple times like what's in the things, but like I'm so stressed out, and like I'm still doing homework. Like, I have homework that's due tomorrow that I have to do tonight. So I'm
What
like
time
so
does the
stressed.
race start?
I think we have to leave here at like 6 a.m. We have to actually take a bus to the start line. So it's a little bit different because I don't think there's any lodging or anything whatsoever by the start line. I think it starts in a kind of remote area in the park. So we're going to be on a bus, from what I understand, for over like 2 hours in the morning. And then I think the race starts at like 10, and that's like a 3 hour time difference from you in the Eastern time zone there. But yeah, so I don't know, she's packed me Fireball though too. I remember that. I remember there's Fireball in my last drop bag, which I probably won't use unless things are going horribly. But so that's where I'm at right now. Also feeling a little undertrained, and this is also a big race gap for me. Like, um, I don't think I've had this big of a gap since right before Oregon Cascades, and you may remember
I do
how that
remember.
went.
I remember.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that also was like,
for those WHMP sports fans who may not be aware, Oregon Cascades was a DNF so close to the finish for Karmell. I think you had something like 88 miles done, and
it,
your hands were just so swollen.
oh, my hands were so swollen, and
Yeah.
my swollen. It was I had I can't even say it, tenosynovitis, like, which was like an overuse injury. um I thought that like a lot of it I thought was the sand and stuff, but then like when I synced my watch to Strava lit up with like all these like awards, like fastest 50K, fastest marathon, fastest, and I was like, oh shit, because you should never get the fastest of it, like anything during 100 miler, and I
Right.
realized I overpaced the shit out of the beginning of that race.
Kelly
Uh,
Carr just PR'd her 50K and her 50 miler though.
during Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
nice, nice. Oh
By a
yeah.
lot too.
So that's where things stand. So I'm a little bit nervous. I'm
So
just
don't
feeling.
try not to PR anything while you're out there. So
Yeah,
is this your longest race aside from Cocodona? Because this is 120 miles, not 100
yeah,
miles.
120 miles. So yes, this will be the longest race aside from Cocodona. I want to say the elevation gain is like 28,000, which I've done close to that before, but it might be, besides Cocodona, it's at least up there with the top if it's not the top. So but I mean, I like elevation. That intimidates me less than like a flat course. Like, I wouldn't go do Burning River. Kudos to everybody who did, but um I would be more scared to run Burning River than to run this. And this has a generous cutoff, I think, which I don't even know what it is. I don't know why I'm telling you it's generous. I've just heard it's like I've heard.
I mean, it's probably generous for 100-miler, but this is 120.
It's 40 something hours. Like, this is how ill prepared I am, is like, I don't know what the cutoff is. It's something in the 40s. Like, that is all I could tell you.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
Pink highlighter. I think it might be 48 hours. Lee has put some pink highlighter on my little pace chart to let me know the hard cutoffs. That is that's where things are currently standing with that. Oh man.
Right. The cutoff is this run is a nonstop event. Once clock started, does not stop until 48 hours later.
Okay, so that's right. 48 hours. Somebody told Lee just got done with her medical research, so I finished before her. We have volunteered for medical research with the University of British Columbia, and we went through all these little stations of testing. I'm telling her about our testing now.
Did they take any of your blood for the testing?
No, blood.
Yeah, because you need all of that.
But they made us like jump in the air, and I upset them with my blood pressures. I relaxed enough to bring it down to almost the normal range this time.
They took like blood pressure. They did a cognitive test. So like one of the examples is like hand-eye coordination, where like when a dot appears on the screen, it's like a certain color,
I don't want to sit on that.
you have to push a button. But then there's different tests where like, one time it's like, oh, every time you see the blue dot and there's only blue dots, like you push the button when it comes on screen. But then they change it up on you and they're like, okay, every time you see just the green dot, and all these different dots will appear. So that kind of stuff, but you take it again after the race. So that's what I'm like.
No, and then there's one where they put 3 or 4 cards on the screen, different playing cards. And then there's a pause of 5 seconds where the screen's blank. And then they put 1 card on and you have to hit, yes, this was part of that group, or no, this was not.
Yeah.
When it's like 3 cards, it's easy. But like then it's 10 of spades or 10 of clubs, but there were 5 cards up and you can't remember which one you saw. I got them right this time, but I do not think I'm going to get them all right when I finish.
So there's that. And then there was like balancing tests of different varieties.
Range of motion.
I think you should get down and probably do the one balance. There's rocks.
There's
so I won't
your toes.
actually.
One of them. But you notice one of them was an easy version of an exercise that I have everyone
Well,
do.
so one of them was like swimmers, and then they made you do swimmers, but on the same side. So you're lifting the arm and the leg on the same side, which was very tricky. But the thing is that we have to do it all again.
No, we don't have to do the physical test at that.
Oh, we don't do the physical? No, because somebody asked and they said yes. So we do it again after the race.
They better give me beer.
So I'm looking forward to the results. I think it will be.
When people can't jump, they're going to have those jump plates.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting. Like after running 120 miles, trying to do any of that.
So this was, you said this was or British Columbia Medical, or what's the name? Okay.
I think it was the University of British Columbia study.
Yeah, they're med students. So it's cool because everyone says there's not enough research on ultra runners, and then we complain there's not enough women in research. So when you're a woman ultra runner, it behooves you to volunteer yourself for the research or quit your bitching. That's much like everyone says there's not enough women running hundreds. I'm trying to get more women to run hundreds. It's all part of this ethos of put up or shut up. Like you and your politics stuff that you volunteer for. Very same as your ethos, see?
Yes.
Yeah, we all pick our thing and try to do it.
Yes. Get out there and vote, everybody. Way to go, Kansas.
So yeah, it was like 2 hours of going through these stations, but yes, voting.
So I noticed when you first put the camera on the background, looks like you're running in another beautiful place. I feel like this is generally how you guys try and choose races, is somewhere.
Google image search the name of the race, and then you see what happens, and that's how you know if you should run it.
What are those little cabins? Are you staying in one of those little cabins?
Yeah, we're staying. Our little cabin is like right over there.
You guys know I love little cabins.
Oh, did you want to see our little cabin?
Yeah, we got to see the little cabin.
People inside, but yeah, I think you can't tell because of the way videos always take. But that's like a big mountain behind us.
Oh yeah.
But they never look as big.
There's bigger ones nearby.
But yeah, the drive out here, we had a 3-hour drive. Yeah, the stuff's inside. We had a 3-hour drive from Vancouver, and it was a beautiful drive, of course.
So it's like a 2-hour ride to the start line from where you're at now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Why is that again? So is
Because
it remote?
It's
Is it
it's
kinda
remote. Yeah, there's 2 outhouses at the start line and a parking lot. That's why we have to bring a bag on the bus with stuff in it to
Okay.
snack for water. And then you run back. But you run
Okay.
most of
So
the way
the
back and then you
finish
go on
line
the
is near
other
where
side
you're
of-
at now.
Huh?
The
The finish line is where we're at.
Okay.
We're about 2 football fields from the finish line, I think, maybe 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so with the cabin, we get to keep our stuff here, so that's kind of nice. I always like it when we don't have to move out race morning. That's
Yes.
always a little extra. Uh-oh,
Did you lock yourself out of the cabin?
it's a little awkward.
Yes, we did.
Are you
We're
saying
gonna put-
do you have
yeah,
friends in the cabin with you?
Yeah,
We
of
do,
course.
we do.
You wanna see our
Yes,
friends?
so-
Oh, yeah.
yes.
What other friends do we have running the race?
Nettie's one of our people.
Nettie,
Hey, Nettie!
We're friends with everyone.
we know Nettie because
You're on-
Nettie
You're on
And,
WHMP Sportz, Nettie.
and Jennifer they have generously donated some race entries to our group to win. So this is Nettie in the flesh, everybody. I won't keep her too long because she's about to have dinner, but there she is.
Good thing we don't have more.
Oh, Lee is displeased with the cabin. She's just seeing it for the first time, so we could we could catch her reaction. But yes, so I won't disturb the people too much because they're having dinner. But
Okay.
yeah, so this is our little cabin.
It's cute little cabin.
You know, yeah. So this is how we're doing it at Fat Dog, and
It
then
looks fancier on the inside than I expected. I thought it'd be more rustic.
yeah, no,
I
it's
love a
not-
rustic cabin.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that wedge this time, and then Rick Homan and Jessica Vandenbush are staying here too. They just are not currently in the cabin, so we have like the A-team cabin basically. Like, those are
Yes.
all really amazing, awesome people. So
Keep your eye out for Rebecca Walker as well, because she is running this too.
I forgot she was gonna be here. I wonder if she's at the campground. So yeah,
Have to find out.
but as I understand it, there is no tracking. So
Right.
Ever-
That's it. Yeah, Rebecca posted earlier. There's no tracking on this. So sorry guys, you're not gonna get WHMP Sportz updates unless you guys like shoot me messages from aid stations.
yeah, I don't know. I can try on some of the climbs.
No, don't
like,
worry about it. Just run your race.
Well, no, when I'm on the climbs, like it
If
helps
it gives
me
you something to do, then do it.
sometimes I need to slow down. It's a good time to like pull out a phone and get a hold of, send some messages out. So, but signal is very spotty around here.
Yeah.
So that
So it'll have to
but
be like at the top of the mountains.
yeah, we were just talking about how there's no live track. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
so that's where we're at. How are you
So
feeling?
What's this pre-race nutrition that you're doing, Lee?
Potato salad with salt.
Mm.
There's mustard potato salad. It's got salt. and it's
Carbo
got-
loading?
I love potato salad. Don't pick with me. A little lecture, you won't like it.
I'm about to go make vegan macaroni and cheese. That is my pre-race ritual meal. There's like one time where I didn't get it, and I have superstitions about not having my vegan macaroni and cheese before
I
a
mostly
race
eat
day.
my eating plans the day before race. Mostly are diarrhea avoidance.
So
I know this will sit just fine.
do you think since this race is longer than 100 miles, is there any lessons that you're taking from Cocodona into this race?
No,
Or do you think are you just running this one as if it's 100 miler, just
I
20
think-
miles further?
More treating it more like 100-miler.
a really long, hard one.
yeah.
It's like Roll Joel's 108. I'm Tough's 107. So it is more over distance. So definitely probably like I usually try to hold back up to mile 40. I often succeed
I
mostly.
think Cascades was about 105.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really, really and like Eastern States is 105. So it's not like
Yeah.
but also so really, really, really putting more effort into the early holdback. So I usually try to hold back for the first 40 miles. I'm going to put a little more effort than usual into that, into really focusing on that and maybe carrying it to more to 45 or so, like really being careful about pacing and a little more careful about calories. Like usually if I hit mile 80, I still put calories in, but like I fall off my plan. So it's gonna be much more important to not fall off nutrition plans, which means going slow early. Like I have
Yep.
to still be eating like it's earlier than it is and holding back a little more, being a little more careful on downhills. Not a lot, but I'm definitely that's in my head that I need to hold back and treat treat like an aid station that would be the spot to start being like, okay, good. We're, like almost halfway. Let's go. To treat it more like it's a third of the way, and not start thinking, oh, it doesn't matter. Like once I hit mile 77, which is Hope Pass aid station, then at that point, I'll run on anything I have left for the remaining 55. But I'm treating that as almost as I would treat a halfway, I'm treating that kind of as the halfway.
You're treating every 1.2 miles as if it's a mile.
And it's like, yeah. So
now I'm just going to try and make you do math while you're out there.
A lot of it's just remembering to hold a little bit in reserve, and because there's a lot of runnable stuff early you can blow yourself out on this course.
That makes sense. But yeah, I think the lessons with Cocodona, the biggest ones were about sleep, and I think this with a 48-hour cutoff is still under that window where things got really horrific. Like 2 nights is about the max, and so we're going to just be pushing up right to that line of not having to worry about sleep, hopefully. Or hopefully.
I'm hoping. I have secret time goals. You involve not being up a whole second night.
Well, so hopefully we don't even.
Do you have any goals that you want to say out loud aside from just finish?
Well, if you break 36 hours, you get a different belt buckle.
Okay, and so we know what Lee's goal is.
That's at the edge of my ability level, but I think that it's within reason, because I actually have been training and doing all my strength this summer, and like being better about nutrition and being better about only drinking like a day a week and not like, because it's just easy after group runs and stuff. Like I've been limiting things like drinking alcohol and limiting my processed food and actually doing all of my training, not having like missed days, or I've been doing a lot better with that. And I feel better physically. I've been doing more of my strength. So
she's been working harder. I think for me, it's just been such a stressful summer. I have gotten some training in, but overall it's just been so much stress, and I'm so tired, like from just the prolonged like go. I will just be happy to cross the finish line with the level of training I'm at and the level of stress it's been.
Just keep remembering there's no computers.
Freaking doing homework as late as tonight, like, all of that. I will be ecstatic if I could just finish this race.
Plus this is actually just a training race, though. This is training.
Yeah, well, we're
actually training for Swiss Peaks.
The
warm up
in September. So we shall see. But we won't keep you too long because this video will be hard to upload as is. But we appreciate you taking the time to speak with us.
I'm going to be uploading it when I walk away from my computer. It's Norma!
Somebody wanted to say hi.
Hey, Norma. So, Norma, have a great time. Tits up. So,
always.
We could put her to finish line drop bag, I guess.
Yeah, there will be something. I think she'll be,
Well, we forgot to take the customs picture with her. Do that.
A customs picture.
Yeah.
She got turned down for the medical research, though.
Well.
Great. So,
because she's a gnome. That's just prejudicial. All right.
Well, we miss you, and we will see you when we get
back.
Have
a fantastic time. I'm looking forward to seeing some new belt buckles when you come back, and some pictures of that course because it looks really, really beautiful.
Updates as soon as we can.
All right. Go do your homework.
Bye.
Bye.